Ladies and gentlemen, good evening. My name is Ralph Deonarine. I am part of the Building T&T team, and I am especially honored to be here tonight as your Master of Ceremonies for this very short but important program to which you all are gathered here. Next on the program, I would like to invite a gentleman who really needs no introduction. He is the General Manager of Win Communications, Win Television, and is one of the cornerstones and the rocks of solidity that have Building T&T on the airwaves every Thursday from 8 to 9 p.m. So without further ado, could you please put your hands together and welcome to the podium Mr. Sunil Ramdeen.
Good evening, everyone. Sir Ravi Rathiram, Chairman, Founder, the vision behind Building T&T, other members of the Building T&T team, especially invited guests, supporters, friends who are gathered here today. You know, when you're in the media, people give you a lot of things. They give you a lot of paraphernalia, a lot of jerseys. And I remember when Ravi brought this jersey for me. And usually the things they give you, you put somewhere in a corner. But I was very proud to wear this jersey. And I told Ravi that if I was coming here tonight in this jersey, because I'm very proud of wearing it, and if I'm the only one wearing this jersey tonight, I was going to be here wearing this Building T&T jersey. You know, when you hear the word building, what do you think about it? When you start building from the ground up. And it's very important that we don't forget that, and that we remember that sometimes you just need a jersey and a pair of jeans, and you could really change the world, right? Having said that, I remember when Ravi approached me, it would have been early last year, with this vision for this program, and it was an outstanding vision. He said that, and we're overwhelmed every day, and being in the belly of the media, you see the negativity that you're bombarded with every day. Whether it's what's happening in society, whether it's crime, whether be it local, be it international, you're bombarded with a lot of negativity. And a lot of times, that negativity makes the headlines. Unfortunately, that sells, and people have talked about it. Ravi decided he wanted to do something about it. He didn't just want to talk. He wanted to make a difference. So he approached myself and my late chairman, Mr. Mohan Jagran, who unfortunately passed away about 2 or 3 weeks ago and left a tremendous void in media and culture in this country. But back then, Ravi approached both of us. I was thrilled by his vision to champion the cause of the everyday heroes in this country. There are lots of people who do things simply for the sake of making the lives of other people better. And that's the only reward that they get. They're not, they don't get great wealth. They don't get their names put up in light. They don't get any of these things. They just do it because it's the right thing to do. But those stories, I think, are important to tell because those stories are inspirational. And I think in the midst of all the negativity that we have to deal with in life, it's important for us to remember that there are good people out there, that there are people who do positive things, and that there are people who make a difference just for the sake of making a difference. So when Ravi said he wanted to highlight these unsung heroes, I said absolutely. I said Win TV will throw its support, and Win Radio will throw its support behind you 150%. It took me all of 1 minute to convince my chairman at the time, Mr. Jagran, that this was a fantastic idea. And we decided to move ahead with Building T&T. It's not always easy to do good things. We set a date for launch, came and went. We set a date for launch, that came and went. And then in about October last year, I said, Ravi, we're going on air. I don't care if you're ready or not. We are going on air. She said, how are we going to do this? He said, all right, come and meet me a day. We jumped into his van, we drove down to Fens, and we started looking at 1 or 2 chairs to buy, and we put this in the backdrop, and we'll build this, but sometimes you just have to do something to make it happen. And we were really, I mean, we weren't 100% ready, but I remember that first show. And that first show was an amazing show. We had a, you know, since then we featured people like Pastor Clive Dodson, Pastor Arundel, you know, and the fantastic story and work that they've been doing with youth who really, they don't have they have limited opportunities and they have a lot of challenge. And week after week, Ravi has found and he's highlighted people who are doing tremendous work out there, and you know, the real heroes. They are the people who make this country really tick. They are the glue. You know, we often go about, we're talking about how bad things are, and you know, we don't know what holds this country together. They're the ones who hold this country together. I know many of you here today are people just like that. Many of you go out of your way to help people and make things happen. And I've always believed, when I got into the media, I've always believed that if I could improve the life of one person and make it better and give them a great opportunity, then I would have done my job. And Building T&T has helped me to do that. We're very, very proud to be part of the entire initiative. We continue to support it. If you haven't seen it, I'm sure Ralph will tell you a bit later on how you can view it, but you can always catch it live on TV at 8 p.m. on Thursday evenings. This show actually is going to be highlighted next week, Thursday, I believe. But we, you know, I have tremendous belief in what this program can achieve and in highlighting it. And I look forward to building and networking. I mean, I want to recognize the contestants from this world that we have with us here tonight as well. And I'm really thrilled that you guys will take time out to be with us as well. Because your involvement, you saying a good word, you mentioning Building T&T and telling your circles about it, that all helps. And that all helps in terms of spreading the message and growing this movement. And I expect this movement to become a tremendous movement. We must build T&T and we must change this country. So kudos to Ravi, and thank all of you for listening to me this evening. Have a great evening.
Sunil always brings a good wealth of knowledge whenever he speaks. Next, ladies and gentlemen, before we go on, I'd like to acknowledge Mr. David Lee, Chairman of MIC, who just graced us with his presence here this evening. Welcome, Mr. Lee. Next, actually, we have a little bit of entertainment for you all. This young lady, she was actually, if you looked at episode 1 of Building T&T, you would have seen this very enchanting personality next to Mr. Ratiram. Her name is Ms. Selina Hussain. She is the founder and leader of the SIS Primala Dance Company, and she will actually present one of her renditions, her dance renditions here now with us. So could you please put your hands together to welcome Ms. Selina Hussain to the front. Please put your hands together for Mr. Carl Ramdale, Acting General Manager, PTSC.
Thank you very much, Master of Ceremony. It's going to be a hard act to follow. Beautiful lady dancing here, so I'll try my best. Mr. Ravi Ratiram, the beautiful ladies here, the contestants in the Miss World leg, Trinidad and Tobago leg of the Miss World competition, respected guests, distinguished ladies and gentlemen. So very, very delighted to be here tonight to address you. It's a Friday night, and I want to start by congratulating Ravi. While many people all over this country are somewhere having a good time, Ravi, of course, has gathered many of his friends and well-wishers to be part of an exercise that certainly will be part of the development process of Trinidad and Tobago, and I think that is immense kudos to Ravi. Ravi and I worked together at PTSC, and I've known him for about 5 years, and certainly the genesis of this idea started many, many months ago, and Ravi would come to my office, or I would go to his office, or we would even meet in the corridors of PTSC where the real work takes place. And he would tell me about, he would call me Charlie. For some reason, the Vietnamese thing can't come out, Charlie. And we refer to each other as Charlie, and he would say to me, Charlie, I have an idea, and I want to pitch this idea, and I would see the passion in Ravi's eyes. And I say, well, tell me about this. And he would start to elaborate and articulate his views about Trinidad and Tobago. He's always been very, very passionate, a true patriot of Trinidad and Tobago, and I'm sure all of you who know him certainly will agree. He really holds this country very, very high up, and he's somebody who's worked from a very, very young man to see Trinidad and Tobago develop and transition itself into a nation that we all can be proud of. And certainly when he pitched the idea of building T&T, like I said, I saw the passion in his eyes when he talked about it. And he said, I'm speaking to Sunil about bringing it on Win TV. And what I want to do for the people of Trinidad and Tobago. And certainly I'm reminded of what Napoleon Bonaparte said. He said, to have lived without glory, that is to have lived without leaving a trace of one's own existence, is not to have lived at all. And this is Ravi's way, of course, leaving his legacy by not just being a small cog in a large impersonal machinery, but rather being part of the process about building. And certainly, all the years I've known him, he's been someone who continues to foster goodwill, and he creates that with the people that he's able to impact, the lives that he's been able to impact. Every Friday, sometimes I see him, and he would tell me, I'm going this weekend to meet the people in, whether it's John or in South Trinidad. And for a young man, like I said, many people would want to do other things elsewhere. He is about building people, about bringing people together, and I can see that tonight. That has manifested itself tonight by all of you who are here tonight. Certainly, you are with Ravi on board with this whole exercise of building T&T. I want to also congratulate Ravi on something that I hold very dear. You see that flag to the right, my right here, the Trinidad and Tobago flag? That is our birthright. That is our identity in this world. And if you look around the world, we've just come out of a Cricket World Cup, and last year a Football World Cup, and you've had the Olympics coming, you'll have it coming next year in Brazil. The first thing that the athletes do, they hug their flag. And many of these countries, in Germany, in Brazil, wherever, where football is a passion and cricket and so on, these youngsters are taught about their flag as being that most important from the very early stages of education, to have a connection with your flag. It tells you who you are. It tells the world who you are and connects you with people around the world. And Ravi is one of those few persons who actually put the flag out there and really building T&T. So I want to congratulate him here tonight. You know, we need more Ravi Ratiram in Trinidad and Tobago, and certainly to develop the Caribbean as well as not just here. Because you start here and you mushroom out. So I want to congratulate Ravi. I want to wish him well, continued success in his program and all that he will do thereafter. Whether he's in public life or not, I know Ravi will continue to contribute to Trinidad. I thank you.
Where do we go?